T-I-G-E-R! Tiger! Whoa! Okay!
This song is you gone. And I open like this one. Keep it in the hands up on the farm. Meditation. Tiger in the jump and dance a bomb bomb. Hold on the mic and dance a bomb bomb. Tiger in the jump on the bomb bomb. Hold on the mic in the bomb bomb. No! Some in the bocatana, some in the tambo. Some in the bocatana, some in the tambo. Some down the door, mom, do not stop. To the tiger man, they don't get wrong. To the tiger man.
In this new episode of Dancehall Spotlight, we're catching up with the legendary Tiger, an iconic figure who roared onto the dancehall scene and made waves with his unique style and unforgettable hits. From chart toppers like When and No Wanga Gut to his vibrant stage presence, Tiger became a household name in dancehall. But where has life taken him since his heyday? Today, we dive into his journey, exploring the highs, the challenges, and the legacy he's left in the world of dancehall. Stay tuned as we reconnect with the one and only Tiger. Before we get started, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment. Also, click your notification bell for more dancehall content. Norman Washington Jackson, born June 6, 1960, better known as Tiger, is a Jamaican dancehall musician active since the late 1970s. He is known for his growling style of DJing, often imitated by other dancehall DJs since his initial rise to fame. Jackson was born in Kingston, Jamaica. He first recorded as a singer under the name Ranking Tiger, his first single being Why Can't You Leave Dreadlocks Alone in 1978. In the early 1980s, he began working as a DJ with the Black Star sound system, often performing alongside fellow DJ Bruck Back and singer Anthony Malvo. In 1985 and 1986, he had several local hits, including No Wanga. Injured in a motorcycle accident. He suffered serious head injuries, and his recovery was slow, and the injury affected his voice to the point where he was no longer able to record or perform to his previous capacity. However, in 2003, he returned to live performance as part of the Dons of Dancehall UK tour. He also appeared at Reggae Sumfest alongside DJ Kiprich in 2007, as well as the 2010 Rewind and Come Again in New York, which included a host of dancehall performers from the 1980s and early 1990s.
I'm gonna get a seat right here. Okay. A very pleasant good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the People's Forum of In the Street with Big Stone. Today, I'm here with an icon / legend. I'm here with Norman Washington Jackson. I know many of you in the world might not know who the hell is Norman Washington Jackson. But if I say Tiger, if I say Puppy Love, if I say When, if I say No Wanga Gut, there can only be one international icon, and that is Tiger. Tiger, how you doing, man?
Thank God.
Enough love. Tiger, I'm here today because the world loves you, and the world is so concerned about your health. How are you today?
Thanks to God. I'm all right. All right.
You're okay. Well, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, this young man, because he's 61 years old and I'm 64, but he's looking fresh and young as ever, started his musical career in the 70s.
78.
78.
1978.
What happened when you started? Was it music in you or you in music?
Believe me, I did stumble. God made a grumble and said, Tiger, this is you. I did something like this. Why can't you leave your dreadlocks alone? Our dreadlocks, my dreadlocks cut my neck.
Oh wow, you was a Rastafarian.
Dreadlocks.
Great, great, great. So after you did that song, what happened then?
After that, there were other movements like I went in a dance, like DJing on some disco song, like Incredible Disco, Metro Media Disco, Jammies,
Yes.
Kilimanjaro,
Every song that was in the song
Yeah.
wanted a piece of you.
Gemini, the whole world.
The words. So when your first big bad song, was it Tiger and the Dance is a Bam Bam? Was that your first #1 hit?
My first #1 hit was, yes, Tiger in the Dance is a Bam Bam.
Yes. Now the reason why I choose that particular song, ladies and gentlemen, I happened to be watching Japan Splash.
Yes.
And when you came out on the stage in Japan, there were over 1 million people in the audience. And it brought me to tears because I saw a Jamaican moving Japanese people to jump and prance, and they don't even speak English, but they're singing the words of Tiger in the Dance, it's a Bam Bam.
That's true.
So that really touches the core of my heart to see that moving a young man out of Kingston, Jamaica, and prance and create such. They don't even speak English on the but they're singing the words. The next time I saw him was Tiger in the Dance, it's a Bam Bam. Man, what so a thing, that really touches the core of my heart to see that
Thank you.
a young man out of Kingston, Jamaica, can create such an impact on the world. The next time I saw him was man, what a thing. Calm down, son. But it's important to be alive. No, on this behalf, this is my actual first time meeting the icon. Such legend. To be nice. And like they say, no better time. These were some of the things that, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, even a few years ago, well mouth to DJ, just talking to his fans would create a frenzy. And I'm so happy today that I can reach out now on his behalf. This is my actual first time meeting the icon/legend in person. And like they say, no better time than the present. As you know, a few years ago, well over 10 years ago, after Tiger was in the peak of his career, doing shows upon shows, receiving awards upon awards, he met into an accident. And that accident changed his life forever. Since then, he had one stroke, and up until a week or two ago, he had a second stroke. Now, as you see, Tiger is a man that is filled with dignity and pride. So for him to be sitting here in front of this camera, and for me to be asking the world to assist him, is not something that Tiger really, really enjoyed, because he's such a modest man and he has given so much. But his daughter, Reality, who's also an artist in her own right, said, "Daddy, you have done so much to the world.
Yes, sir.
And ain't nothing wrong if the world gave back to you. They owe it to you." And I personally agree with Reality. I said, "Reality, the world owes Tiger for the amount of joy, the amount of happiness that he has done in the past and is still doing today, and his record will be eternal."
Yes.
They cannot pay him enough. And as you know, most of these producers, they are not too right. Sometimes some of his royalties might get misappropriated and funding.
And
How you feel about that?
And in the future, it's so wrong. I'm feeling so upset that I don't leave it alone.
Yeah, you just leave it alone. Yeah. Well, one producer though, George Pang, you know him from Powerhouse Records. When I spoke to George and I told George that George, Tiger is sick, you know. George was so overwhelmed. He says, "Big Stone, I want you to link me." So when I finish with this interview, I'm gonna go see George Pang, and he also has a contribution to give to you. Okay.
Excuse me. I need to see Mr. George too.
You need to see George
I need
too.
to see Mr. George.
Oh my God. So George, you hear what Tiger says? He need to see you. A matter of fact, you know what George told me? He said, Big Stone, I'm gonna come and visit him personally. So he's gonna come and see you, but he's not coming alone. He's gonna come with Errol Dunkley, and they're gonna come and see you. They're gonna see you because they love you, they honor you, and they have much respect for you. What are your fondest memories, Tiger, off stage that you miss so much? I know you miss the fans screaming and yelling and all those jewelry. Tiger, where you get so much gold from?
Tell you what.
Yes.
You know, it's nice to be important to save the things. Save on each finger except these. Three in every finger. Three in every finger. Right? And those were because I accept to keep them as an ornament.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I earned. And you know, I had an accident in '94 and people stole some of them. You know? They went far apart, so.
Yes. Well, like I say, you know, the world is out there and the world is waiting to help you. You know, my friend Claude Mills did a remarkable article in the newspaper, and the article is all about you.
Bless God.
And Claude, big up yourself, Claude Mills, for this beautiful article that you gave to Tiger.
Enough respect, man.
I'm just gonna read a little piece of the article that Claude Mills did for you. He said, Tiger, 61, a dancehall icon, known for songs such as No Wanga Gut, When, and No Puppy Love, suffered his first strokes years ago. Born Norman Washington Jackson, he has struggled with his health for decades after a near-fatal car accident in 1994. Reality said that the stroke was sudden, but thankfully not critical. My father was with my brother at the time, and my brother told me he passed out for a few and was gasping for breath. The following day I noticed he wasn't speaking so well and moving differently. I took him to the doctor and he checked him up and he diagnosed a stroke and some high blood pressure. The financial cost of dealing with his medical expenses has proven to be quite challenging for the family. It's me everything is on in terms of financial support, and Tiger doesn't want me to reach out, but I have to. There's no help and I can't do this alone.
Thank God.
So I set up a real helping hands account. So I'm asking the family to help, she said. And in the newspaper, there's an article with your photograph, and it says, Jamaican entertainer Tiger is in need of your help.